Hey everybody, it's time for another tech tip of the week. And this week we're looking at a free photo editor that we have access to here at OCHS. This is something that Brian Felker put in his tech tips of the week right there before Christmas and right before he retired. And it was something I just wanted to highlight because I think it's something we can all use in some capacity in our classrooms, no matter what subject area you are in. But the website is edit.photo, and this is a free site for you to be able to browse and edit photos that from your computer. So it gives you a free trial one right here that you can just play around with and get the hang of. But you can go here to select photo and then upload one that you want to be able to edit on your own time. But I just want to walk you through this real quick, some different tools that it has, some different capabilities, and what it might mean for your classroom. So right off the bat, you've got a crop feature here, and you can rotate your picture however you need to. If this is something you're trying to get for a test, if you want to flip it, you can do that as well. And then you can crop the shape. And if you're trying to get your picture down, like let's say you want to insert it into a test, you can crop this in different ratios right here and let you play around. The great thing with this, it's kind of like Google in the fact that nothing is ever lost. So no matter what you do, you can always get back to your original. And if I wanted to custom this, I can take this and I can drag it. I can narrow it down a little bit. And then the great thing here is it gives me a center button. So this will recenter my photo for me and see what it's going to be like and where I might need to trim and go from there. So that's the crop feature. It's pretty straightforward. You can go to your filters here. Let me move some of this out of the way. And if you want to change that photo up any, you can go through your filters, much like on your phone. If you take something on your phone, how you can play around with it in the edit feature. And then you can go to the fine tune if you wanted to do some different stuff with the contrast here. You can slide this little bar across, and however you want to do it, mess with the exposure, all right, the clarity, all that good stuff. If you want to lighten or darken the photo, and you can go from there. Now, one of the big spots here is the annotations. And let's see, whoops, my bad. Let's scroll on back up. All right, this is where this is probably going to be the most helpful for you on your test or anything like that. If you're trying to insert a primary document, you've got an activity that you want students to go through, you can annotate, all right, these photos and point out different things or put instructions directly into it. So if I wanted to create a text box, I'm simply going to hit text right there. I'm going to draw my text box wherever I want it to be. And you can see this is in a black font. That's going to contrast pretty heavily with the background. So I can go right here and I can play around with my different fonts and get a contrast that's going to stand out against the background. And then I can simply either label this photo however I want to. I can type instructions in here. I can ask questions and have students be able to type back wherever they or have students be able to identify different questions pertaining to different portions of the picture. Okay, so once I've done that, I can expand, I can move, or I can contrast it. I can rotate this text box however I want to. All of these simple features right here. All right, I can flip that text if I wanted to. If I wanted to create a second text box, all right, if I wanted to copy that, all I got to do is hit this plus sign. It'll duplicate it. And then whatever I want to do, I can always hit that trash can and it's going to go away. And if I want to change up the fixed size of it, I can click through using that A button and it'll do the same as well. When I come down here, I can play with the different fonts. I can play with the different styles. All right, if I want it bolded, if I want it italicized, and I can play with the font size and then the heights as well and how that text is going to be aligned within that box. All right. Now, once I've done that, I can come over here. Let's say that I want to create or I want to point out something. I want to create a connection between this text and something in the picture. I can draw an arrow to something in the photo, and I can come down here and I can play with the different line colors if I wanted to, just like my text to make sure that it stands out. I can play with the width. If you want to create something a little bit larger there, you can. You narrow it down, and then you can adjust where the starting point's at. As far as, is there anything at the starting point? Is there a circle? Anything like that? And then what the end will be. Okay. So once you've done that, you can play around with this. You can add different shapes. You can add stickers to your text. Okay. And then, but this allows you to go in, create captions for different photos, create different questions that can be embedded within the photo, trying to draw attention to specific things within that picture for your students to key on. And then here's the redact tool, and this will be the last thing that we talk about today. Okay, let's say that you've uploaded the periodic table and you want to blot out certain elements on there and make your students identify what element goes in that particular block. Or maybe you've uploaded a political cartoon and you want to blot out one of the main characters and make your students use context clues to see who that character might be. You can go to the redact tool, and this will allow you to cover up a portion of the image to where that portion is no longer visible for your students. So this is a great free little tool to be able to use. It's edit.photo. They also have a video editor as well that is free that you can try out on your own time as well. Up here at the top, you can upload your photos, edit them however you need to, and then it'll allow you to download them as a JPEG or a PNG file and export it, and then you can upload it to Canvas, upload it to your document, or whatever it is that you need to do. But this is a great little tool, got a great bunch of features. It's free to use. Technology has said it's something that is available to us and that